Okay, everybody, sorry for the false start. It is December the 16th. It's a Monday. I am in Cookeville, Tennessee. I'm going to tag a few people here. Hold on just a second. I thought I was going to try to get on yesterday, and I couldn't do it. And so I just got on the phone call, and, and even today, I just look like I'm just like worn the heck out. So y'all just have to bear with me. We've been in court, and I hope you can hear me. I'm going to sound check here in a minute. We are sitting outside, outside a Subway. Decided to stop and get something to drink before I hit the road, and it is a little windy, and there's traffic. So I'm going to see if you can hear us once we get started. We might have to go inside. Since there's nobody in there, we may do that, but I like the fresh air, so I'm going to sit here for a minute. If all of you would share it or extend a watch party or something, I appreciate it, so we can get some folks on. If not, of course, you can always watch later. I like that too. Okay, just a couple more, and I need to find you. So I'm on it. You are on already? Okay. All right, so here we are. Yay. And here's my beauty with me. My kids. Yeah, so people are trying to call me already. So we have been in federal court today on what's called a case management conference. And it is where you come in. I filed the federal lawsuit. Hey, can y'all hear us okay? Because there is like lots of noise. Just let me know if you can't hear us. Just somebody put a note down there. So a case management conference is where you go in and everybody, all the attorneys for all the people, all the people show up and decide kind of what the discovery is going to be. And
that was traumatizing.
Yeah, it was a little.
Today.
It was a little triggering.
For kids.
Yeah, it was a little triggering because first of all, there was me against 7 attorneys. And then not only that, we had all the triggering defendants were there. The guardian ad litem, Sarah Cripps, the DCS worker, Dee Dee. Who started all this, by the way. Call out to Dee Dee. You started this. And at one point in the courtroom, when I talked about the DCS retaliation, I wanted to turn around and point at her and said, it all started because of that girl over there. But
you need to bring up that October 10th phone call.
I know.
Where she hung up.
I was trying to keep myself out of it. Because, of course, they're trying to get me out of the case, of course. Not answering the phone. So, saying that I am integral to the case, and that is, they don't want me in it. Of course, they
didn't want you in it last time.
They did not want me in it the last time. They tried to get me out of it the last time. And so, they don't want me in the case, and they think the case will go away if not for me. Well, if they try to make me a witness, I've got another attorney I'll bring on for that purpose. So they're not going to do it, though. How can they? I know, I saw that message. The people who are the players, Dee Dee Miller is the player. She's the player that went and secreted the order, went and got an ex parte order behind our backs. And,
they said today they had a 3-day saying that. We weren't invited to it, but it happened.
Yeah. Well, that's the one they're talking about with Locke. I was over. Actually, it was probably 4 days by the time we finished. So there's 7 attorneys on the other side. We've got somebody from the Attorney General's office. We may have had a couple from the Attorney General's office. So the county attorney for Judge Collins and Detective Cornelius and Detective Holmes, or Officer Holmes, whatever his name is, he was just at it today.
Can I say, if you're going to talk crap about me, get your facts straight.
Exactly. And of course,
don't talk crap if it's not correct.
Just like all you parents who have DCS, the first thing they do is get up there and talk about what a terrible parent you are. Mm-hmm. You had a drug-infested environment.
Did y'all put my kids in?
No. Foster care was a drug-infested environment, folks. Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
I mean,
finding placement. They said in court.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And they didn't talk about the fact that little toenails yielded nothing, right? So don't be talking smack about my client. They also, of course, are trying to make a big deal about the criminal charges in Williamson County and tried to get through to this judge and make it real clear they didn't take no criminal charges until they had dismissed the entire case. Not put her on probation.
And if it was a drug-infested house, they didn't come see the house.
Right.
They didn't drug test me. Well, they took my toenails,
because you were all better than
Yeah,
it was miraculous. It was miraculous what happened.
And I was not on probation.
They tried to say, they withdrew their appeal and the old order's still in place. No, it's not. That's not the law. I hate it for you, but that's not the law. Just like Judge Collins did not have jurisdiction. That's not the law.
Didn't they say today that they interchanged it or something?
Well, yeah, they tried to use that Supreme Court order that was never in the file. Was hidden, by the way. It wasn't even in the clerk's drawer. It was in Judge Locke's desk drawer someplace. I mean, we didn't have access to it, and the clerk didn't even have it because I went and tried to dig one up. So anyway, so they're like, we need to stay this, and everybody's going to get dismissed, and it's going to resolve everything, and we're like going, no. So they are, and then the judge asked me about the status of the criminal, and I told her, I said, well, we were supposed to go to court in November, and the state's not produced any discovery, and we already have motions for dismissal that are drafted, but we're waiting for the state's discovery, and we're not going to file those until the state produces their hand.
Witnesses they have against us are all in the lawsuit.
Yeah. You think they had any motivation? I also said, well, they didn't take any criminal charges out until they dismissed the whole case, sent the kids home, and
later.
Yeah, and knew we were going to file a federal lawsuit.
Yeah, she told them that straight up in court.
Yeah.
In February, wasn't it?
Oh,
she
yeah.
said, I'll see y'all in federal court.
Yeah, exactly. That was after they were talking during the break, and my recorder was on, and how they were talking about she should never get these kids.
She wouldn't be quiet today. It's like killing her not being able to talk.
She doesn't. She should never get these kids. And how Connie Reguli is the barrier to reunification. It's like, you guys are such high schoolers, okay? So unprofessional, or worse, like junior high. So anyway, that's kind of, so this morning, I'll just go ahead and share that with you. So this morning, I started out in Wilson County on a new case, and the judge finally came out like 20 after 9. The docket was supposed to be at 9, and he called, there were several people there, and he called my client's case first, and he said, I understand there's been a substitution of counsel in this case, and I was standing there because I substituted for his old attorney, and I said, yes, sir, and he goes, I recuse myself. So, can you all hear us? Somebody give us a thumbs up. Oh, Lydia, can you hear us?
Lydia?
Somebody give us a thumbs up, because like a big, huge semi just went by, and Wendy's smacking her lips, so I don't know if you can hear us. So he recused himself without even me saying a word other than yes. That's all I said. I'm like, and so I told my client when they came in, I said, look, I don't know what Judge Tatum's going to do. I don't know. We got crosswise once before, but I'm just going to see what he does, and then we'll make a decision. So he just got himself out of the case.
They do that a lot with you, don't they?
Yeah. So, but you know what? If they didn't do what they do, it wouldn't be a problem. I just ask you to follow the law, and it's unbelievable what I see all the time.
And I see people talking about lawyers that lie all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Woo. Besides Sarah, I actually witnessed that for myself this morning.
Yeah.
Lying. Woo. I don't know if that was intentional or not. He just doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, this is exactly what they did to you in the juvenile court. It's just the attorneys
look bad.
Instead of the facts, and I could say this is also like the impeachment hearings, but I know people don't want me to get political and family forward, but There's no facts. Instead of putting the facts out there, it's all opinion. Calling it her home a drug-infested home, saying that she went on probation, that she rehabilitated herself. No. We smacked down on Dee Dee Miller. That's what we did. Yeah, we did that. So
it's retaliation.
It's just all retaliation. So it's crazy. So let me see. Felicia, the last do they ask? They ask if my attorneys will be the same. Beware when that happens. Yeah, exactly. I understand that, Felicia. Okay, so decided before court. Oh my gosh, yeah, crazy. And I'm just going to say about that case that I was on this morning, I'm not going to give the names in that case yet, but I'm already, the allegations are another drug-infested house, and somebody who wanted some kids out of a house got the FBI to show up at their house with a search warrant based on false information.
It's a lot of that happening.
Yeah. And of course, they didn't find any meth manufacturing or anything like that, and but refused to close the case. So they refused to close the case, and so I can't get the record. And so we went to the police department in Wilson County today, and I did a records request for the entire investigative file, and they will not give it to me. So fortunately, I am going to say that a detective who was pretty nice to me about it came out and explained kind of what the status was. He was not the investigating detective, but I said flat out, I think they've been given false information, and I think there's some false reports that need to be looked at here. And I told him of how the information, which was not in the press, not in the news, of how the information about the drug raid with the FBI and the bomb squad showing up at my client's house was false, and it was being used to steal children. Okay.
They mentioned my kid's dad got raided while my son was there. That they let go over there. By the way, Dee Dee let him go to his dad's house. There was a restraining order.
Yeah.
Since he was 9. Good job, Dee Dee. Again, that was the first drug house she put my kids in.
Exactly.
With your custodial interference you were doing.
Exactly.
Custodial interfering my son.
That's exactly
not telling
right.
me where he was at.
Oh, yeah.
That's custodial interference too, Dee Dee.
That's right. Yep.
Because Cornelius had a feeling that she might be in danger.
Oh, yeah. He didn't have any facts.
A feeling.
Yeah, he's already testified that.
A feeling.
He just had a feeling. What's that feeling? What was that based on? What facts was that based on? Well, I don't know. Just things that were going on. Just things that I'd heard about. So
their most famous thing to say is, "I don't recall."
Yeah,
I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Don.
No, you're going to recall everything. You will recall it down to the minute.
I can.
I will make sure of that.
Yeah.
We have everything documented. We have audios.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Why does Dee Dee have a job and not? We're trying.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Dee Dee
She needs to get fired.
Her job needs to be gone. Her and Tracy. Tracy was horrible. And then she got all freaked out and said I was threatening her because of a post I made that all I said was DCS attorney. I don't know. I said something like DCS attorney doesn't think the rules of evidence apply or something like that. And I didn't even give her name. And then some people posted some comments about her, and then she was all threatened.
They're supposed to say that. You know that?
Yeah. What's spectral evidence, Lydia? I don't know what spectral is. You mean speculative?
Imagination and speculation.
Oh, imagination, speculation, spectral. Yeah. So, but it just got the magistrate, unfortunately, all confused. And it's really hard. I'm just going to say this as an attorney. So you have real courts, and then you have juvenile courts, right? So juvenile courts, it's kind of hard to explain to the judge. Juvenile court isn't like your court, okay? Because your court, pleadings are filed, not a bunch of secret reports, not a bunch of transcripts that you don't give notice to anybody that you're filing, secret reports and psych reports and stuff that is not even given to a parent. And
I still don't have my kids' stuff.
Yeah, and it just confirmed on the case I was in this morning. I stopped and I talked to the CASA worker, and I'm like, have you filed any CASA reports? Because my client's like, I've never... Here they come. Hide.
Not for us, so that's good.
Sorry, that wasn't for us. So, they file secret reports, and I confirmed it again today. I asked the CASA worker, have you filed reports? And if so, where are they? And she's like, well, we give them to the judge, and then the judge decides if he's going to give them to anybody else. I'm like, no.
So much shadiness.
Yeah, no. So it's kind of hard explaining to a federal court judge where everything is like affidavits and accounted for when it's filed, and you can't file things under seal that you don't give to everybody. So I had to explain to the court, and then also try to explain to the court that excluding, they cannot use this order as adjudicated facts. And he still got that wrong. He's like, well, the juvenile court order remains in effect. You bozo, look. What that means is that the custodial designation in that order remains in effect until it's changed, okay? Not the adjudication of facts. DCS dismissed their petition, period. We know why they did it, because I filed 4 complaints with the Department of Children's Services pointing out all the stuff they did. I stayed on them to show what was going on, the secret files, the withholding evidence. And then I literally get a phone call one day, we're going to dismiss the case. We're going to close the case. And I said, no, we're going to dismiss the case. And the kids came home.
They didn't even bring it back up.
Yeah, they didn't even
to make me look bad on stuff they never proved. So.
They didn't even go to her house.
No.
And then they're like trying to say, well, she can go get the juvenile court file herself. And I'm like, Judge, I just cannot tell you that I can't. It is a closed case, and it's a closed case, and it's not open anymore. It's not a public record. You can't do that, even for attorneys. I can't stand here in the courtroom today and tell you, and neither can anybody else, that it's accessible. Now, this attorney for the police officer was able to convince the circuit court clerk to give him the entire file without a court order, and he tried to be fishy on that today too.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I filed a motion. The judge said I can use it, and I'm like, no.
We want a receipt.
Yeah.
Where you paid them to make copies for you.
Yeah, you didn't get a court order to release that file. You went and got the clerk to give you that file.
You're probably their cousin,
and then,
or their uncle, or crap like
and
that.
then when I caught up with what was going on, that's when I raised Cain about it, that you went to court. Yeah, so you went and got the record without permission, without notice to anybody. Totally inappropriate.
Small town.
Oh my
Gotta
gosh. So, yeah, shady. All right, so just a couple other things I was going to talk about in the live I was going to do this weekend. I didn't get to do because I was just exhausted. So I did go down and talk to Terry Weaver, Rep. Terry Weaver. I took her the Tennessee Family First Act, talked to her about it. She wanted time to read through it. I tried to give her the supporting stuff and encouraged her to go ahead.
Listens. She really
does listen.
I've been there. She really takes her time to hear what we're saying.
And she takes your case very seriously. So, in the meantime, I dropped the Tennessee Family First off with a few other people. I need to get some supporters behind it. I am going to, as soon as the first of the year comes, we're going to need a little posse. So if you are anywhere that you can come, I'll set certain days aside and we'll just go down. It helps me to have a few other faces there. Even if you don't say anything, you just tag along and you just kind of, hold up the Me Too.
That's kind of what I did.
We need a sign, the Me Too sign.
Yeah.
See that? I don't know how to do that. Me Too. So here's 2 fingers and there's a M, I guess. Me Too. So And then I have about 10 people who've contacted me and said that they would provide that to their state legislators.
Yay.
Also, I don't know if you all know, but I saw a post on Minnesota. We have a state senator in Minnesota who's finally said, yeah, we need to do something. So I sent him an email. I've got that out there. So you need to start working on your states. Okay, we got to start working on our states and exposing. So
They'll probably want to put, you're welcome, Daddy.
oh, thank you, Jim.
I love you,
I'm
Daddy.
trying. You're so welcome. And you know what a battle this has been. You know absolutely what a battle.
He's the best dad, you know what?
Yeah, he's awesome. All right, so we're not going to get into the effects it's had on Wendy's kids at this time because they're a little fragile right now.
They still can't. Yeah. She don't like talking about it.
Yeah,
But
her kids.
the things that she says make me want to cry. It just comes out without me having to ask. Stuff that happened. And, like one little thing, I had a blanket in the car we were going to make pictures on, and it was just a little, what do you call it? Throw blanket?
Yeah.
And she said that a lot of nights that was the only thing she had to cover up with. So, just little things like that just,
Right.
That's why we keep fighting.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing is just a group, keep y'all's group psychology going well. Remember, we are here in Family Forward Project to support, encourage, work on government changes. We got to keep pressing them. I know a lot of people have said, nothing's changing, and I'm telling you, there are little changes. You have to eat an elephant one bite at a time. And so there's
A donkey.
And a donkey. You have to eat a donkey one bite at a time. There's little changes that have occurred that's getting attention, but we got to push. Okay, y'all. So you are part of the group. I post these up on YouTube. A lot of people have joined us through watching the YouTube videos, and I'm real happy about that. Somebody the other day contacted me, came into the office, and she had seen that video that I did called I'm a Nobody, and I just go through saying, I just felt so helpless and I'm a nobody, and unless all you nobodies out there join the battle, we're not going to get anywhere. And she felt really good about that and really wants to get me involved in trying to get her kids home. So it's horrible. I see it every day.
I see it all the time. I get messages. Dee Dee's knocking at my door. Dee Dee went to school and talked to my kid today.
Oh my gosh.
What should I do? All the time.
Oh my gosh. You need to get those people. We need to have an anti-Dee
She actually went
party.
to one of my friend's house, or to school, talked to her kid. It's one of my daughter's friends. Then went to her house that afternoon. Came back 2 or 3 hours later and knocked again. And this has been like almost 2 weeks, maybe. And she hadn't been back. So I guess it wasn't that important, was it, Dee Dee?
No, you know what? She'll show up with an ex parte order.
That's what I was afraid of, but
Yeah, you need to tell all those people. They need to join us
That's what
and
she
get
did to me.
public. Exactly. Go get an ex parte order, Dee Dee. So, we get it. Okay, y'all, I've got to hit the road. I've got a 2-hour drive back to Nashville, and I got a phone call I got to be ready for at 6 o'clock. So,
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry
I'm praying for
Christmas.
the parents because I know how it feels that don't have their kids this Christmas. My heart's with y'all.
Yeah, yep.
I feel for you.
Me too. All right, we love you. And I'm sure
Bye.
I'll be talking to you before Christmas. All right, bye-bye.